I spent several hours trying to get this 8-bit Do controller, or 8-bit Do, 8-bit Do. Get this controller to actually work with my Switch 2. Read several blogs online, like Reddit and whatnot, watched YouTube videos, read through their comments, and everybody was just like, oh yeah, simple. You just do this and it just works, gosh darn it. Plus you have all these people who, making these videos, previously connected their controller to the system, and they show all these steps like you do this, and then look at that, instantly it works. That's not at all my experience. Oh my God knows that that's not my experience. I spent about 4 hours yesterday when I got back from camping to work on this. No success. Got up at 11:30 last night, and at 2:04 this morning finally got to connect. So that's been my day. But anyways, let's get into this. All right, we are going to talk about something that I just have a extreme soft spot for, and that is third-party accessories. And yes, the reason I like third-party accessories is I'm cheap. I'm not trying to spend $90 for a special controller just because it's for said console, like it was made by said console manufacturer. It better do a lot more than just play games, because if I can do that with a $20 controller, what do I need your overpriced piece of junk for? And one thing I am going to say is like, yes, so Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft, they all come out with like these special edition ones. Like, my kid has the Halo edition Xbox Series X, and it came with that special Halo edition controller. Like, yeah, it's cool, but I feel like they do so much more with third-party controllers. Like, this is a cheapy little one, and it's edgelord, but it's got like some skulls and stuff painted on it, which mine ignore the dust, but besides that, it's already above the Halo edition for me. It looks cooler. Also, it has like these, I mean, comparing a PS3 with a Xbox, but this is one of my favorite things. It has these little grips in it. I don't know. It's better for smaller hands, but it does kind of fit to my fingers. So it just feels more natural than back of a regular controller where it's just rounded. That's just me though. But there's a lot of like super cool designs they come out with, which to me are superior than these like officially licensed ones. Like Nintendo has some decent Switch nonsense that goes on where they have like the special edition Zelda one, and it's pretty, but could I get a third-party one that looks better? 100%. Will it function the same? Questionable, because as I've said, I've had issues in the past. This PS4 controller, it dies instantly. It has the worst battery. Like, I can charge it for several hours and then not use it that day. The next morning decide, oh, I'm just playing my PS4 today. Press power, and I'm holding a potato that just does absolutely nothing. And it's sad, because we should be able to rely on these third-party ones, but again, we are getting what we paid for. And honestly, I don't mind. I don't mind. My PXN controller, I used this for, God, a majority of the time I had the Switch. And it works just fine. I mean, given when I'm recording gameplay and I'm having this hooked up through OBS and whatnot, I do have input lag, and that's quite a shame. But if I'm just playing this in tabletop mode and using that controller, it's fine. It's flawless. I don't know what it is with OBS and that controller, but it just creates magical input lag. And it's very, very upsetting. But yeah, no, I'm super hopeful we're going to be getting some third-party accessories sooner rather than later. My what did I do with it? I totally lost my Switch 1. There it is. All right. For the Switch 1, I've talked about this and I've shown it a few times. I use a third-party dock, and I've gone through many of these really because of the buttons. Some of them put a little too far off to the edge and they go dead. Usually the A button. But no, I want that for my Switch 2. Like, I want something, a docking controller, because it just made it has the right amount of heft, and it feels so right. It feels so right. Like, I will take this over this any day. Just, this feels right. It feels wonderful. And I've always been a big handheld person. Like, I'm less likely to play something on a TV than I am handheld. Especially because I can sit here with my Switch and have my game going while I watch something on TV. And it just feels right. It feels right. Now, I know people say like, oh, well, you know, I play games all the time. I just watch something on my phone. I don't care. I don't care that you like to have it backwards. Proper way to do it is have this thing you're playing right here, and then off in the distance on a bigger screen, you have what you're going to watch or listen to. That's the proper way. If you're doing it the other way, you're just wrong. Get yourself corrected. Anyways, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, I'm super excited for all these different third-party things. Like, given we've already heard that you can just plug in a, well, we knew for the Switch 1, you can just plug in a mouse into your dock and it worked. So you already had mouse mode technically on Switch 1. It just wasn't a used thing, like nothing used it. We also have been told right away that you can plug in different cameras into your Switch 2. So if you want to do the game chat thing and for some reason you want to have yourself showing, that's great. I mean, I hope it works properly for content, because I would like to be able to record myself using just the system. That would be beautiful. Anyways, I also want to see more like better mouse or mice for the system. Just knocking everything down. Because to be quite frank, given this is not the right controller, I don't know what the heck I did with my controller. It's probably somewhere behind me. But this feel for a mouse on the Switch 2 is not it at all. Especially since I use an ergonomic mouse. I need something that feels comfortable. And yeah, that's, like I said, that's not it. And I also want to get more just peripherals, I guess you would call it. Go back to the Switch 1, you had the Switch's cardboard thing. Yeah, just ask Google, Switch's cardboard thing, and it'll tell you. Labo. Labo was the ultimate peripheral. Given I didn't play it myself, knew people who had it, but it had so much you could do with it because it was just a bunch of cardboard you fold into certain shapes and boom, you have a special peripheral. That's ingenuity. That was ingenuity at its like childhood best. Like, think back to when you were a kid. You weren't just going to go out into your garage and just be like, oh, I'm going to build myself a controller. I mean, you probably wish you could have, but if you were at that level, you were on to much bigger, greater things as a kid. Like, your genius level, you're beating everybody else in your school. That's just where you're at. But think back to the rest of us. You might have been out in your backyard and you were playing pirate, so you grab a paper towel roll and you're looking through the tube and that's your telescope. We did things like that because we're not just super geniuses. And that's basically what Labo brought us. Like, hey, remember when you were a kid and just having fun and your imagination ruled the world? Here you go. Now I want to see some third-party takes on that. Let's open up the ingenuity to everyone. And given nobody's going to want to be like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to go buy more third-party cardboard, which is going to be sent to me in a third-party cardboard box. It's probably not going to fly. I don't literally mean like, let's get more Labo, but the ingenuity of Labo was brilliant. And I want to see third-party companies adapt to that. Go back to the days of Mad Cats. And yes, Mad Cats, some people hate it, some people love them. They were accessories and we all used them, like at least back in the PS2 days and whatnot. But they kind of helped lead the way for all these new things. They were the ones that came out with like the 20-foot PS2 cord, so I was able to go play games out through my window, like pop out the screen, shove the controller out the window, go out there, step away from my house and have a cigarette while playing a game through my window. Like, that was the days before we had good, reliable, like Bluetooth controllers and whatnot. But we need that ingenuity back. We need these third-party companies to start leading the charge again. And I can understand if the first-party companies don't want that. Obviously, they are here to make money off of us, which is why they charged our new controller to be like 80, 90 bucks, when really it cost them a couple bucks to make, if that. Like, they probably make a case of them for a few bucks. And they just figure, well, we can just milk them for it because we don't want them to go buy the third-party controller, which is more reasonably priced. Don't need to buy the $20 controller when you could buy something worth like 60 to 80. Like, why would we do that for you? But yeah, let's get back to the days where third-party accessories reigned high. I mean, that was a big part of the Switch 1's life. Like I said, I have my docking controller thing. There's the PXN. You have, I mean, 8-Bit Do. It's still one of like the leaders in the third-party controller market. And we need to make sure they're more prevalent and stop the fact that, I mean, Switch 1 controller, one Joy-Con, not even a pair, one Joy-Con was like, what, 45 bucks? That's absurd. Like, that's absolutely absurd. I could buy, I mean, given this is PS3, I could buy like 10 of these controllers for the same price. I could get one pair of Switch 1 Joy-Cons. I mean, that's really all you need to say. And you can't even say like, oh, well, third party's not going to last as long. Again, this is a PS3 controller and I've had it for like 10 years. I just threw it off to the side. You know what's going to happen when I pick it up later? It's still going to work. This, if I drop this, there's a good chance it's just destroyed. And that's an official Nintendo product. So, and I'm not saying every third-party accessory is better. I mean, I've had my own share of Joy-Cons that I bought that were third-party off Amazon that were just junk. They broke almost right away. They looked really cool, but sadly, they just didn't stand up to the durability. Even on my docking controllers, this isn't the first one I've had. This is probably the 4th or 5th. But this one also did last the longest because I found one that doesn't have like a dead button issue, which is, I don't know if you've never used one of these. So these developers had a issue where they put the A button a little too far off to the side, and in that it causes it to the button to rest a little bit too far off to the side, and eventually you'll get a dead button. And it was quite trash. The only reason I know that is because I busted open each one that happened with, and yeah, it was the same case over and over and over. The board ended, there was a little rubber piece that was still just hanging over the edge, and that's where they put the button. Genius. But yeah, no, I am just a huge supporter of third-party accessories. 1, because of cost. 2, because, I don't know, efficiency. But that also comes back into cost. When I say efficiency, I mean like it's getting me my money's worth. And they tend to. I'm paying $20 for a controller, and this controller has lasted me years. I'm fine. It does everything I need it to. Only thing with that one I held up was my PXN controller. OBS doesn't like it, and it gives me input lag for some reason whenever I try to record gameplay. Like, go watch me play Crisis. Just tons of lag, or I don't know, dead zones on the controller. It was upsetting. I mean, it doesn't happen to me when I'm playing it just by myself, just only when I'm recording, so I look dumb. I don't need help with that. I do quite fine on my own. But yeah, where was I? So I have cost, we have efficiency, we also have, people might not agree with this, but aesthetics. And yes, I already showed this one, it is very edgelordy. But this is my PS3 controller that I use. It has skulls with blue eyes. And yeah, again, this controller cost me like $5 or something like that. And it's fantastic. It looks, I mean, its paint job is pretty well done. It doesn't chip at all. And it is paint, not just a sticker, because it's starting to come off right there. But yeah, no, it's a nice little controller. It stands out way more than any like official third-party controller I've seen for PS3. Like, by far. I also have a red one, which I think the design's different. I don't really know. You also get new takes on things. And let's go back to the, if everybody's familiar with, it's the wrong one, with the PS4. So PS3 to PS4. PS3 stick, it's domed. I mean, you can see there's no really like, there's a little bit of rough patch for grip, but it was just a domed stick. PS4, they finally got smart and they were like, hey, we're going to add some little divot there. It's whatever. Then third party comes along and they're like, hey, you know that divot that you tried to make? Well, we're going to make it good. And this one actually, yeah, textured grip, and your finger actually fits in the divot instead of just being like a small divot with a dome inside of it. Which was not a great fix for controller. And I'm sorry if you love your PS4 controllers. They're all controllers are mid to me. That's just personally. I mean, best controller I have hidden up there, that's the Stadia controller. I love that thing. Absolutely love it. Miss Stadia. But yeah, no, we need the third-party companies to keep kind of pushing the first-party company to get better at what they do, to add more features, make it more functional to what you need. And it's great. It's great that we have these companies that are willing to put themselves out there and be like, hey, yes, what we're making might be inferior to what you have, but we're going to add this, and that's going to make you look inferior. And a lot of times they succeed. Like, they absolutely succeed. Look, go back to Mad Catz again, how I talked about earlier. They had the Mad Catz Mini, and this is back in the days when everybody wanted their cell phone to get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until it was just invisible. And they made the Mad Catz Mini, which was like this big. So literally when you're holding it, you're playing like this. And that was my favorite controller at the time. Like, it was nice. It did everything you needed it to, given it's just PS2. It had all the same functionality. It was a plug-in, had no lag, and it was great. And then you had more come out along that line, like controllers. Honestly, I think if it wasn't for third-party companies like Mad Catz doing these mini controllers, our controllers would have gotten massive. Go back to the original Xbox. That thing was a brick. That thing was huge. And I feel like the third-party companies selling so many of these smaller ones got it through to them like, hey, we need to make them more compact instead of continuing to make them larger and larger and larger. Now, given that's different from the docking thing, this kind of needs to be like that because the system sits in the middle of it. But it still has that same mentality for the sides, for the button area. It is not super stretched out. I'm not having to like hold my hands like this in order to press something. It kept everything in line. I'm probably going to delete a lot of this. I've just been kind of rambling on again. This is my 5th time recording this video because I just keep going on these random rants about nothing related to my video. And I mean, heck, I can't even get through my my list of things I'm talking about, which is cost, effectiveness, which is cost efficiency, I guess. So it's 1 and 1. I have 1 point. Go me, 1 point. I'm gonna win this. Hopefully this is like soccer or hockey and not basketball, because yeah, that'd be bad. That would be bad. Yeah, no, what I'm just trying to say is support your third-party companies. Like, truly support them for the great they do. They give us decent things at a decent price, which is what we need in an economy where we're being raked over the coals for every penny we are worth with these overpriced games and overpriced consoles. Series X for $700. A video game for $80. Your paycheck not going up. Third party is the way to go. Yeah, that's just me. And if you enjoyed this ramble, let me know. If you think I need to shut up and just get to the point sooner next time, let me know. Give me a like, subscribe, share, fun stuff, blah, blah, blah. And until next time, you take care. Hey, thanks for watching.
Give us a like if you enjoyed it, and dislike it if you didn't.
Let us know what you think about the channel.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Tell your mom.